If you own a commercial cleaning company and you're struggling to grow it, to add more clients, to get more revenue, and ultimately build the business that you set out to do, then watch closely, because in this video, you're gonna get the 3 growth commandments that are gonna be able to set you on a path of consistent growth within your commercial cleaning company. And so by the end of this video, you'll know what you need to stop doing that's killing your growth, and also what you maybe need to do a little bit more of, or even what you need to start doing. If you don't know who I am, my name is Matt. I'm a 7-figure commercial cleaning CEO, started from zero. Here we are today, super blessed and thankful to God for that. And now I help other commercial cleaning owners do the same. And so when it comes to these 3 growth commandments, these aren't just about specific tactics that you do. What we need to establish is what underpins that, the foundation that all these tactics and all these systems and everything stems from. If you start trying all kinds of different things and haven't gotten these 3 right, then that's why you're likely struggling. And also, to help out with remembering these, I made sure that they all started with a C. And this first C is something that we need to be sure we're doing more and more of. In fact, it's going to be something that if we continue to scale it out and delegate it within our company, it's going to continue to drive growth without us having to do much at all. But the reality of it is, it's probably not happening often enough in your company. And whenever I'm analyzing commercial cleaning companies that need my help, this is one of the first things that I am looking at. And most of the time, it's lacking. And so this first C is conversations. And it might sound a little strange, right? And what I'm not talking about here is talking about your commercial cleaning company to other people and just telling them how great it is or what you want it to be one day. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you just having more conversations in your life about whatever you want. What I am talking about is having more conversations with people that your commercial cleaning company can help. And that's not just clients. There are 4 groups of people that either you or someone in your company needs to be having a conversation with about how your company can help them. And I would almost guarantee you that if you had more conversations than you're having now within this 4 groups of people that you're about to see, then your company would grow. So your first one is going to be your existing clients. Sorry for that end that looks really weird. Now, the conversations we're talking about here should not be complaint conversations. You're responding to any issues a client brings up. Instead, these conversations, they need to be around satisfaction, and they need to be around improvements. For us, we have a regular cadence of meeting with specific clients. And it's in this time we review how services have been going, how satisfied they are, and what they would like to see that would really make the service even more exciting to them. And what's really great is when you have clients that absolutely love you, that's a great time to get referrals, reviews, and to grow that way. What's ironic is most owners are afraid to talk to their clients because they're used to only having complaint conversations. I'll bet that if you contacted a client and asked them for feedback and said, how can we improve? How can we earn a 5-star review from you? You're going to get all kinds of great feedback. And that in turn is going to improve your service and lead you to getting referrals. The next one is going to be contractors. Now, what I do not mean by contractors is cleaning contractors. What I mean here is other companies that do things outside of cleaning. Maybe they do HVAC, maybe they do plumbing, maybe they do electrical, maybe they do pressure washing, window cleaning, whatever it is, but they're already connected with the property managers and the clients that you ultimately want to serve. Meet with them, talk with them, figure out how you can help each other build each other's businesses and share referrals together and share business together. The more of these contractor conversations that you have, the more opportunities are going to come across your lap and the luckier you're going to suddenly get. The third group of people is going to be your actual cleaners. When it comes to talking with cleaners, we're even talking about applicants and we're talking about employees. Or if you use contractors, just the ones doing the cleanings. But either way, they're going to be a cleaner if they already aren't. And the more you communicate with your employees, it's only going to benefit your business. They're going to care more. You can actually get their feedback on things just like you do with clients. What can make their job better? Who do they know from a past job or a past facility that they used to work at that maybe you should connect with? And the last one, and this might sound a little against what you've heard me say in the past, but I'll explain, is cold conversations. Trying to keep with the C theme here. Look, yes, I have tons of different marketing tactics and ways to win clients on this channel. And they're all things that we've done in my company, within our franchise brand, and even within our coaching clients. But at the end of the day, the simplest and easiest thing to do to grow your business and have the best conversations as fast as possible is simply to go out there and have them. And to be completely open, in the month of January when I'm filming this video, I've been with multiple of our franchise locations. And every single one, I took them out and we just went to different buildings and great buildings. And on the first day, every single time, we got to do a quote. When I was out earlier this month in Denver, Colorado, we did a quote for 1 million square feet. And that was just from walking in the door. And then with our franchisee out in Beaufort, Georgia, we did a quote walking in on our second stop for $5,700 per month. That's almost $70,000 per year. And something I firmly believe is you got to drink Kool-Aid before you can become a wine connoisseur. All that means is you got to do some of the simple stuff before you can get to the more complex stuff. And if you're afraid to go out there and have cold conversations about your company, then it's going to be a really difficult time growing your company. Now, do you have to do that forever? No, you absolutely don't have to do it forever. But the amount of things that you learn and the amount of context it gives you and the words you get to use later and to apply to your tactics, it just compounds. So if I were to count how many conversations you have within your company on a weekly basis or a monthly basis that fall into these categories on how can we help you, that is going to tell me how fast your company is growing. All right, the second commandment is going to be convictions. And what convictions are just firmly held beliefs. And that when other people find out about those beliefs or interact with those beliefs, they are either attracted or they're sent away or repelled. And I'll unpack that a little bit more in just a moment, but that means that if it becomes a magnet for you, then what it does is it's something, when used properly, it will attract clients, contractors, cleaners, and it'll make your cold conversations go even better. If I had to boil down what convictions actually are, I would say, why did you start your commercial cleaning company? In the eyes of the client, right? You can't just be like, oh, well, I just want to make money. I would also say it's what you do differently because of what you believe. So let me give you an example. Whenever we talk with clients and we can work it into the conversation about our convictions, a way that we've done it in the past is something like this. Look, most commercial cleaning companies are just focused on the cleaning itself. But you see how that's working out in your account, right? I'm sure that that's what they're trying to do, just to clean your space great. But what we realized here at our company is that that's actually not how to get a great outcome for clients. And that's because most likely the company you have now is struggling with several things in their business. And most likely it comes down to how well they're able to keep and retain people, which is one of the most common issues inside of the commercial cleaning industry. So what we do is, yes, make sure that the cleaning is done well, but we focus on the people. Because the people are the ones who are putting out the results for you. And in our company, we communicate with everyone every single day so no one ever feels isolated. We make sure they're connected to our company community and that we take care of their needs. And that's why we've been able to grow the way that we have, is because when we started, we realized that need. And I personally believe that people are made in the image of God. And they should be treated as such. So again, Mr. and Mrs. Client, yes, we're going to focus on your facility, make sure it's taken care of, but it's the people that are doing the cleaning that matter when you work with us. So did you see that? It's much less of a, well, we just clean better, or well, we have this cool gadget machine thing that we use. And it's much more about the soul behind it, the who behind it. Convictions, right? This works on the employment side as well. If you have core values that are in place, things that you hold to, then you can hold your employees to those standards and adherence to those. One that's within our company is people first. And if we have an employee or a contractor that's being rude to people, then we can address it on that core value. So clarify some convictions. You don't need to have everything crystal clear. Just make sure you answer, why did you start the business? What do you do different because of that and what you believe? You can also set it up as a story that you share. Now, you don't want to go into a long novel type story, right? Just a really quick sentence or two about why you do what you do. And it has to be in the context of caring for the client. And then the third C here, and this is something that I see that owners struggle with all the time. And it's exactly why their company is failing so many times. So I'm going to write it out. Let me explain it before you think what you're going to think. The third C is commit. And so what you're probably thinking is commit to the success of your business and just making it work. Yes, like at a surface level, absolutely. Someone who is halfway in, halfway out, unfocused, yeah, they're going to struggle. One of my favorite illustrations of at this level of why commitment works is Julius Caesar during the Roman Empire. Essentially, Rome wanted to conquer the island of Britain, but it didn't. And so Julius Caesar, being a military general trying to rise to power, figured out a way to do it. He was so in tune with human psychology, so what he did is he sailed his army across the British Channel, landed on the island, and ordered the men to burn the ships. So you can only imagine what's going through their minds whenever they're doing this, because now they had no choice but to win or die. So at that level of commitment just to the business, yes. If you haven't decided you're going to do whatever it takes to make your company work, then you haven't committed. But here's what I actually mean here when I say commit. What I mean is, let's move past committing to making your company successful, because let's assume you already have, and that's why you're watching this video. The commitments that I'm talking about are what I'm going to call the micro commitments. What I mean by commit here is a commitment to mastery. And an example of how this applies to your business is picking 1 or 2 marketing tactics and committing to mastering those tactics. The detrimental problem that I see from most commercial cleaning business owners is they do watch videos like mine, and they go on the internet and find all these different tactics, and they might send out 100 flyers, and they might make 10 cold calls, and they might try Google Ads for a little bit, or they might do some SEO stuff. But what they fail to do is master any of those. So what kind of results do they get? Do they get master level results out of those marketing tactics? No. They're going to get mediocre or no results, or even lose capital from doing those. What you must do is making your chosen tactics work, just like you're committing to making your commercial cleaning business work. If you want to get top level results, you got to do what top level players do. And what top level players do is they commit to mastery. And this isn't just applied to marketing tactics. This principle applies to every aspect of your business. Pick a management software, commit to it, master it. And then one day, maybe a couple years or 3 years from now, you can make a change. Pick and commit to standard cleaning supplies and equipment. Pick a management structure. Pick a hiring method and system. Pick things and commit to things in your business so you can stop worrying about them and doubting them. Because ultimately what happens if you don't commit to things and know them deeply and get them working is you're going to end up managing your business to death, and it's going to stop growing. Because now you're backtracking so much and you don't have time for all these conversations, and you don't have time to hold the convictions. So what happens is whenever you do all 3 of the growth commandments, your commercial cleaning company is going to have no choice but to move forward and to grow. If you want clarity and to see exactly how to build a 7-figure commercial cleaning company just like mine, check out the links down below. That's where we can help you implement all of this in a fraction of the time. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like it, and please share it with someone who you know is also trying to grow their commercial cleaning company. Again, my name is Matt, your 7-figure commercial cleaning CEO, and until next time, keep building.